Hi, hello, welcome to Kate and Kajira Gaming. Welcome if you are new. You can call me KK, and today we're going to do my first ever Touch of Magic dress. Today we're going to be doing it off of this dress that I found on Pinterest, and I will say it is very hard to make 3D items work on these Touch of Magic dress, but hopefully I pulled it off, or at least pulled it off enough to give off the vibe of this beautiful gown that I found on Pinterest. Let's go ahead and we're going to get started. This whole process of the dress took me about 27 minutes from start to finish. So before I started this Touch of Magic dress, I decided to make my character bald and take off any other clothing items that would get in the way of seeing the way I want this dress to come out. So that includes removing my gloves from my Zero costume that I made, and we're gonna go into your wardrobe, click customize, and then we're gonna do this basic sweetheart strapless gown and click create. My original design of this required the long sleeved gown, but it did not allow me to add more than 50 layers. So be sure when you are creating a Touch of Magic dress that you keep it at or under the 50 layers, because you can't do anything after that. So I'm going to start with this dark maroon color, and I love that it sparkles, and I didn't notice this until I was actually wearing this dress and running through the valley where it was sparkling like these sweetheart dresses we get from Scrooge's shop. So I start this off with this top bust piece, and to make this almost ruching type area in the sweetheart neckline, I use this tiny tornado patchy area, and we're going to go with this light goldish goldenrod color that is up at the top. And I love this next part. You guys will see that I use this a lot. After I do get this positioned, I'm going to click this little box, and then we're going to click this little side by side with the line, and it duplicates it on the other side. It mirrors it perfectly. Excuse the lighting change. I had to brighten this up to make sure my colors were matching the way I wanted it to. So you will see me use the duplicate tool a lot instead of having to constantly go back and forth into the stamps area. And then after you duplicate it, you click off the dress, and then you just click back onto your new layer and move it where you need to. And if you need to change the colors, you click the paint tool of it as well. But since I'm using generally the same color scheme, it's just easier to click duplicate. Now, unfortunately, we do not have any sort of leaf motif, or at least I don't, that looks like a poinsettia leaf. So I'm just going to have to make do with these leaves that are from either Lilo and Stitch or Moana. I think they're from Lilo and Stitch. I tried to zhuzh these up a bit and make them look stitched and kind of 3D with this stitched outline of the leaves. Sometimes I will pick a different color outline. I will make it darker to make it stand out, or it will stay the same color as the base leaf, like these ones here. I think it adds just enough detailing to kind of make it look like it's not just a stamp on a dress. Now you should know that when you do duplicate things from previous layers, it will put your new layer to the very, very top. So if you're doing what I'm doing and just scrolling back through your layer area and just clicking on the same motif designs that you've already used, just so you don't have to go back through the catalog, it will shoot it all the way to the very top, even if you are wanting it on a lower layer. So make sure that you click off of your layer when you are done, and then you will see a little arrow pointing out to the left when you hover over the layer you want to move, and then you're just going to click and drag. That is honestly, I think, one of my least favorite options. I wish it was easier just to move your layers, because it does take quite a bit of finessing to find just the right spot to click and drag your motif, or else you're just kind of clicking at nothing and it doesn't move. That was probably the longest part of this whole process, was if I needed to move something, trying to find that perfect spot on the layer to be able to click and drag it where I needed it to go. So now that we got the base layer of leaves done, I'm going to attempt to make something that looks like a poinsettia. And I'm starting off with the Rapunzel sun. And I'm also going to layer this with the frozen snowflake. I do change the colors in between each layer to try and give it some sort of depth, because if you look at the dress example, there is a lot of depth on these poinsettias. So I'm just trying to do the best I can with what I've got. Unfortunately, though, I cannot add the little center stamens that you see on a traditional poinsettia, because I cannot make any tool smaller than I need it to fit inside the center of the Rapunzel sun. I don't have any like little polka dots or anything that I can even manage to shove in there, so that's just kind of how it ends up going. The closest thing I have are those bubbles, but they didn't look right. So this circle that I tried to use, it does not go any smaller than the entire circumference of the Rapunzel sun, so that obviously was not going to work out. But you guys can enjoy me having a nice time trying to figure this out. I decided to go back in and add some more greenery to float up the skirt to kind of try and break up some of that yellow, because it does end up blending in. And as you just saw, I was using that drag and drop method on my layers. And while it is sped up, it does look like that I got it on the first shot on trying to move it. I can assure you I did not. It is a lot of editing. Again, this is my first shot at doing a touch of magic dress, especially something so grandiose like this Yule dress that I found on Pinterest, but I don't think I did a half bad job considering it's nothing but stamps on a dress instead of 3D modeling. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Is this something you're going to try on your own? I tried to keep the video as slow as possible so you guys could sort of follow along without you also sitting here for 27 minutes while I did this and floated through all the stamps and tried to figure out what I was doing. If you guys have done your own touch of magic items, let me know down below. I would love to see what they look like. I think touch of magic is such a great tool in this game, and I wish they would let us use it in our dream snaps. So I'm just going ahead and setting up my person like I normally have her. We'll do the final reveal at the end. I did want to use these Winter Gala ice antlers that we get from the Star Path, but because they were white, they just didn't fit. So here we go, guys. This is my final touch of magic dress inspired by this beautiful Pinterest gown. I may or may not make this a series where I find some stuff off Pinterest and keep trying my touch of magic. Again, this is the first time I've ever done it. So let me know down below what you guys think. It's okay if you guys hate it. I'm on the fence about it. I thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoy cozy game content, be sure to like, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel, and follow me on all social media sites linked down below. That's Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Happy holidays. Bye, guys.